Okay, so to start the marinara, we're going to start off by searing the onion. Uh, Searing does not take a lot of oil, and I am using canola oil here. A lot of people like olive oil. So to check the temperature of the oil, just feel above the pan, just feel for heat radiating off. Or you can take something like about what you're about to sear, or flour or something, and you can just sprinkle it in, watch for some bubbling. Here, it's not because it's not hot. So the temperature has gone up and it's nice and hot now, so I'm going to add the onion. See the dicing onion video for how to dice. Now our goal when sauteing is to get the onions a nice translucent quality. Alright, so when they are there, I add 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. I do not cook it long because I do not enjoy the taste of burnt garlic. Garlic's really easy to burn. That's your thing though, go for it. Garlic's been cooking for a small while. I add some diced tomatoes. I just used a can Italian diced tomatoes. It has the Italian seasoning already, so I am not going to add the Italian seasoning into the recipe. I'm going to add the entire can and just let it stew lower the temperature and let it stew for a small while. And if I were to add Italian seasoning, just an Italian blend would do good. Of course, I would just do it to taste. I encourage everybody to find out what amount works for them. And of course, I use pepper. And of course, I add some salt. And just a little bit more salt. Stir and just let it stew. This has been stewing for a little while. And I'm going to go ahead and get this pureed up. Now that that is done, I am going to chop up some green onion and some pepperoni. I'm not doing any green bell peppers like the original instruction said, like the original recipe said, because I do not like the taste of marinara and bell peppers together. It gives it a dirt taste to me. I continue to grow my green onions, so I just have some here that I'm just going to chop up. For some reason, I start off using the scissors, because I don't know. Last time I tried to cut the onions up, they didn't cut up quite right. Like, they were probably just still too young. So, just gonna go ahead and get all the green onion I want chopped up. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. Okay, so I didn't measure it out, but that seems about like a good amount. And the working area is getting messy. Be better than me, clean as you go. So I just take in a amount of pepperoni, and I'm just gonna go ahead and chop it up, just dice it up. Okay, so this is something that I saw some people get on Ian about in the original comments. Do not drain your grease into a sink. Oh, I went ahead and cooked the 8 ounces of hot Italian sausage off screen because it's just browning some meat. Okay, so I accidentally, well, I wasn't recording when I added everything together. So I have 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, a cup of tomato sauce, the green onions, and the pepperoni. Oh, and don't forget the pineapple. Just joking, of course. So just heat it on the stove, low to medium, and let it just stir it until it gets nice and melty. Here I am using whole wheat Ritz and Townhouse Focaccia Tuscan cheese. And here it is, plated up and ready to go. How do I feel about it? Let's check.
But yeah, ready for my pizza dip. So let's start first with the whole wheat Ritz. Oh my! Look at how thick this is. Look, it's destroying my crackers. Okay, Focaccia. It all depends on you. Okay. Okay. So, we got actually a decent chunk. Oh, it's dripping.
Yeah.
It's dripping. There we go.
If you didn't do your dare or say your truth, the demon would possess you and make you kill yourself.
I'll be honest. Talking with my mouth full.
Otherwise, they would give this.
Might not be exactly what I thought it would be. Actually, I think I would go with more tomato sauce in the future, instead of just the 1 cup. But it is still pretty good. So, yeah. Thanks for watching this video. There's nothing like riding off the coattails of others.
So, to eat it on a Ritz, one really needs a fork. I mean, again, look how thick this is. But just take a fork, lob it on top, or hey, if a knife, if that's what you'd prefer. I like forks. But it's not very spicy. I did actually go ahead and reheat it later, but before I did that, I actually added some crushed red peppers, and that actually made it a lot better. Like, it went from a 6 to an 8. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this one, like, comment, subscribe, and if somehow you watched this video before watching Brutalmoose's pizza dip, go watch his. I'll leave a link here.
Okay.